I think every young professional has that one car. The one they see on the road and think one day. For many, that car is a Polo. Maybe because of the reputation. Maybe because of how it looks. Or maybe because growing up, we saw people pull up in one and automatically assumed life was going good. Whatever the reason, eventually I got mine. And not gonna lie, that feeling is special because it's not really about the car, it's about what the car represents. Progress. Before we start, I need to make one thing clear. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a car expert. I'm just a guy in his 20s who bought a Polo and has been living with it every single day. So if you're looking for horsepower figures and engineering terms, wrong channel, buddy. But if you're wondering what life is actually like owning one, then let's talk. Before I bought this car, I thought the dream was the Polo itself. But after 6 months of ownership, I've realized the dream was never really the car. The dream was freedom. Freedom to wake up on a Friday and decide, you know what? Let's go home. Freedom to take random road trips with friends, because once you own a car, the world suddenly feels a little smaller. Some of my best moments in the last 6 months happened because of this car. Late night drives, road trips, visiting family, creating content.
This is behind the scene, boy. What they don't see. Come the angle now. Yeah.
And these are some of the results of those crazy poses. And exploring places I'd probably never have seen otherwise. And that's when it hit me. The real value of my car is measured by the experiences it allows me to have. But here's the thing nobody tells you. That freedom comes with invoices and a few headaches, maybe a little stress here and there. Because while the dream is beautiful, the debit order, my bro, yeah. Some say any car can take you from one destination to another, but the right one will carry your memories, your ambition, and a few of your foolish decisions along the way. Now let's talk about the reality. Because after the excitement wears off, reality arrives. Usually in the form of debit orders. And one thing nobody really prepares you for it is the security side of owning a Polo. One thing about this car, you can't always park it anywhere and walk away stress-free. Unfortunately, Polos are popular. And when something is popular, trust is also popular with criminals. Whether it's headlights, mirrors, badge, or other parts, these cars tend to attract attention. And because of that, insurance companies also know the story, which is why insurance can be a bit spicy. Sometimes you get that insurance code and suddenly you start questioning whether walking is actually not bad. As long story short, I recently made a quote with a different insurance and they quoted me 4,000 for my premium with an excess of 6,000. Another low-key reality is that you get stopped here and there by the cops. I'm not sure whether it's because I'm in a Polo or what, but I barely get stopped while driving the buggy. But I always just assume they're doing their daily routine checks, which is their job. And the most boring part is that you cannot drive everywhere with that car because of the rumors you hear about certain places, not to name drop. But that tends to bore you a bit. And 2 out of 3 of the people you first tell you drive a Polo, they'll always ask this question: ain't you afraid of getting hijacked? And I know it's coming from a place of concern, but nah, sometimes boy, it's like, why is that the first question you ask me about the car? And because I get asked that question a lot, I tend to play around with people. My answer being, I know, that's how I got this car. I also hijacked it from someone. 10 out of 10, facial expression is priceless. Well, on the good side, because of how popular the Polo is, its resale value, it's actually quite good. One thing the Polos have mastered is holding their value. You can drive one for years, and when it's time to sell it, you might be, keyword might, be surprised by how much value it still retains compared to many other cars. And not to forget parts availability. This car is everywhere, bro. And because it's everywhere, parts are everywhere too. You don't have to perform a prayer meeting every time you need a part. Most mechanics know these cars, and most spares have Polo parts in stock and in army. With the amount of Polo content, Polo research, and Polo conversations I've had, I might become a Polo mechanic one day. Give me 2 years. Vuli shop njaya. And not to forget what I love most about the car. It's the fuel economy. Now, don't get me wrong. With the current prices, nobody is driving around smiling at the petrol prices. At the moment, I'm spending around 4,000 Rand a month on fuel. And to be fair, I travel plus or minus 2,000 kilometers a month. And this Joburg traffic doesn't help. Because sometimes, boy, also at HMST, if you're sending okay at 3. Yes, you have your 4, 5, 6 here and there. But Joburg traffic is crazy. And it chows petrol. But considering the amount of traveling I've done, the Polo has actually been fairly light on fuel, especially on long distance road trips. And most of us, myself included, think about the installment only. But that's just the beginning. There's insurance, petrol, service, tires, unexpected expenses. And if you're young, nobody warns you how fast those things add up. Long story short, I remember hitting a huge pothole with the buggy. The next morning, I had to buy a new tire. And something that tire was broken. I'll put a picture. I forgot what it was. But I remember spending about like 1.9 that day. Unexpectedly. Because one day you're feeling rich. The next day, boy, when you're pouring petrol, you start coming up with reasons why walking is actually good for you. Yeah. But despite all that, I don't regret buying this car. Because this car has given me something money can't buy. Experience. Or can it? Let me make mine and I'll tell you. I'll get back to you on that one. Now, the bigger question becomes, is the Polo still worth buying in 2026? And honestly, that's becoming harder to answer because Polos aren't as cheap as they used to be. The market has changed. Cars like the Swift, Fronx, i20 are giving buyers more option. And if you're buying one today, don't buy it because everyone else has it. Buy it because it genuinely fits your needs, your budget, and if you want stock. Okay, I'm playing on the last one. That's a bad joke. So, what's the reality of owning a Polo in your 20s? Well, it's exciting. It's expensive. It's stressful. It's also freeing. And sometimes it's all of those things in the same week. Yeah, same week, bruh. Will I buy it again? Without a doubt, boy. Because beyond the installments, petrol and maintenance, this little car has given me stories. And when I say stories, stories for days. Long story short, that stereotype about girls. Hey, wait. About a few months back, I posted my car and someone replied saying, "Yazik dalang iktana." I was like, bro, you from the Northern Cape. How do you know me? But you know what? Hey, don't buy it because of that. But I'd love to hear from you. If you were buying your first car today, what would you choose? Don't forget to subscribe. On the road to 2,000 subscribers.